I mean, now we can
Hello.
talk about
Um,
podcasts more.
I was thinking about putting together a real life D&D group for the first time ever. So my roommate and a friend are both interested in it, and I think my girlfriend would like it. So it'd just be us four.
Cool.
I was talking
Man, it's
about
really late
doing
on
that
here.
earlier today, actually. Like, I've got a couple people that are sort of interested. I don't think I'll do D&D, but
Yeah, I think they both played 5e. One definitely does. I showed him like around roll 20, because he was visiting somewhere, played it. Now he plays online with the same group.
Right.
He's playing 5e. He has the lucky feat, aka the most broken
Oh
feat in the
no,
entire
not
game.
lucky.
So as soon as I heard about that, I was like, I don't think I said it, but I was like, yeah, well, he is a rogue with lucky. Yeah, okay, he is going to
terrible.
succeed at a lot of things.
At life.
Um, yeah, my players killed an aboleth yesterday, so that was cool.
Neat.
They kept trying to. They kept counterspelling it. Now they couldn't counterspell everything it did, but they counterspelled a lot of the things that it did. So they used up all their spell slots, and it couldn't do anything. They also almost killed a mind flayer. Same session. It had to teleport away with like 13 hit points.
Ooh, mind flayers. Those are classic.
A mind flayer using the disguise self spell to disguise itself as a human, which doesn't break on damage, so it's still a human. The only reason they found out it was a mind flayer was because of the black blood on the sword of one of the guys who attacked it. I described it as like a deep, dark purple.
Cool.
Yeah. So all sorts of Dungeons and Dragons madness. What
Do you
else
know
has been
that
going on with you
blood
guys?
actually can be black coming out of your veins?
Fully black?
I mean, if you're really, really bad off, sure.
No, but like
Smoking. That's what
out of your
smoking does to you.
veins, because blood is
That's
only
not what
red.
smoking does to you.
I know.
Blood is only red if it comes out of your arteries. If it comes out of your veins,
I thought
it
it's
comes out-
black. Then it becomes red later.
Not totally black, I think.
No,
Pretty
that's
black.
not true.
That's it. I've got a knife. We're going to test this right now.
Yeah. Live on stream.
I can see right here I have blue inside of my body. Maybe this is because I'm an
That's
alien.
not.
Am I an alien?
I believe that denotes a royal heritage.
Ah, I
So
see.
you're right. So deoxygenated blood is a darker red, but it is still red. Here's a picture that literally compares the two.
Yeah, if you have like
some people might not want to see it, but I'll put it in
I
roll
don't
20.
know if you have like internal bleeding, that'll show up real dark, like when it leaves your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a deeper and darker red. It's not black though.
Oh, it's much
Or
blacker
is
than
it? Because
that.
now it is much darker. What is this? What's Venus blood?
That's
oh yeah,
probably from
okay.
ladies.
Yeah, that's no, it's not. No, it's
Probably
not.
from ladies. Oh, that's funny.
There are multiple different types of blood. This
Yeah.
Venus blood, yeah, bright red from oxygenated to dark, almost black shred. Okay, it is really dark red. Yeah, here's another one that is.
All right, let's see if I can open this without
Anyways,
opening
yeah.
it in roll 20. There we go.
Yes, when
The
you're
blue
when
surface, the blue appearance of surface veins is caused mostly by scattering of blue light from the outside venous tissue if the vein is at 0.5 millimeters deep or more. Veins and arteries appear similar when skin is removed and are seen directly. So the deeper it is, the more blue it looks.
Oh, really? That's
When
very
when you're
weird.
bleeding black blood, this indicates that the blood is older and has not exited the body quickly. That's
That's
Yep.
bad.
That's why in some games when you kill a vampire, the vampire is described as bleeding in black blood because it has fed on blood, and the blood has become black.
they've been drinking sour blood. It's past its
Yep.
expiration date.
I don't know, I got a lot of blue in my veins, so
Got yourself a lot of skin.
So, what else have you guys been up to?
I played some Epic Spell Wars the other day. That
Nice.
was fun.
Ooh. Nice.
It's a good game.
I've been watching people play Clank. It's this like
Clank?
a dungeon delving game where everything you do makes noise. So you put a noise token in the bag, and the bag represents the dragon attacking you because you're too noisy.
Oh, interesting.
So you gotta.
Is that a?
It's a board game.
Is it a deck builder? Am I looking at the right thing right now?
There is a deck building component.
Okay.
But yeah, it's all
I've
about
been
using
playing,
your deck to go deeper into the dungeon, get the treasure, and get out without making too much noise that the dragon awakens.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
My D&D group, I think not yesterday, but the week before, after we were done playing, we were talking we just chatted for like 2 hours. It took forever, just about games. But we talked about a theoretical, like, sort of, where you have, like, there's this fad now, and it's not necessarily a bad thing at all, about, like, legacy-style board games where the rules change over time. I was considering, like, applying a legacy style, like, the rules change as you play, to a role-playing game, sort of like with specific systems for how the rules change. Kind
That's
of a
cool.
yeah.
Well, that would make sense. I mean, was it 4E that cut levels into like heroic and paragon tier and that kind
Yeah.
of shit? Like, it
Yeah,
would
they
make
did.
sense for the rules to change at that point. You know, you're a level 10 adventurer. You're not just dealing with bandits anymore. The rules change now.
Yeah, and other stuff like that. Like, it would be probably a fairly simple RPG in terms of rules, but each of those rules would be interchangeable. Like, when you do violence to someone, it is one way, and then you can, over time, maybe things get more gritty or dark, or like maybe the rules change. Maybe like the foes get tougher, and that is established by the actual ability, the mechanics for dealing damage becomes more dangerous or harder somehow.
Or even like maybe a way to like kind of represent like the power, like an exponential power curve, right? Where the game at lower levels is very crunchy, but as you level up and beat certain thresholds, it starts getting a lot more like Apocalypse World style games where it's all just like, yeah, you could fucking do whatever, roll a dice, yeah, you did it. Right, and you don't have to like fucking worry about like, you know, armor class and all that stuff, right? Because then it's just like, okay, yeah, like fictionally speaking, this is not a big deal to you, so we're not gonna sit here and like count numbers.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
As your character gets stronger, they have less and less complicated rules.
Mhm.
That could be a thing.
It seems like it should work the other way though, because like learning a game, you want it to be rules light in the beginning and just like add on more stuff.
That could be like a thing as well.
Every time you,
But it could be like, okay, armor class, and then switch at some point when X happens, switch armor class for like damage reduction style armor, and then switch that for like that type of thing.
yeah. Or it could just be through the life of your PC as they get more scarred and mangled as they're doing these things become harder to do. So there's new rules for like if you're a little maimed versus like losing a hand versus, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You wanted that real gritty kind of deal.
Yeah. And that could be an interesting thing where it would be sort of a meta part of the game would be like you can specifically change the rules at certain points. It's what I can't remember. There's that board game, Cardish board game, where the rules change as you're playing it. It's just a bunch of cards. I played on Tabletop
Flux.
Simulator. Flux, yeah, it would have probably aspects of that. But I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm thinking in terms of how long term it would be. Like, would at most a rule change per session, or would it be like the rules are constantly changing? Both would be interesting. I don't think the rules constantly changing would be satisfactory from a role-playing game perspective.
Well, if you make them modular enough, you could make it so that each encounter has its own smaller set of rules to go by.
Yeah, like
So,
custom
like you
moves in the
start a
Apocalypse
fight and you
world.
flip those first 3 flux cards, and that'll tell you.
Yeah, in
how to
this
fight.
fight, here are the
Yeah.
rules, and then other fights, there are other rules. That would work really well.
Another thing is, like in old D&D, you would go from being dungeon adventurers to like kings and barons and traders. So maybe changing the scope of the rules would make sense. And like it no longer matters how good you are with a sword. Now it matters how good you are with your tongue. So here comes this social system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you need to be able to manage all of your fiefdom and everything, so your stewardship is now a thing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There'd be a lot of stuff for character creation, but because it's so modular, like only a fraction of each of the stats your character has would be in play at any single moment.
Mhm. Or you find a way to roll previous stats
To
into
have
the
it
current
all
ones.
merged together. Yeah, exactly. Like they could be almost like fate attributes. Like you have like your forceful and that type of thing. Like your smarts and stuff would you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have spheres instead of stats, basically.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I really,
Really
really,
cool.
really like.
And you could make that a thing where, it would work for multi-genre as well, because it obviously works for multi-genre, but you could play, like, your characters are all actually immortals playing through, like, the timeline of either the real or a fictional world. And so in each, like, age, the genre of the session or sessions changes. So you're, like, say you play a few sessions in, like, 1920s New York or something, or maybe, like, you're time travelers, maybe you're an immortal. You play a noir game in like 1920s New York, then you go play like a prehistoric game hunting dinosaurs. Like
Sounds like a world hopping Nobilis game.
yeah,
Or just a really crazy Doctor Who game.
something like that, something like a Doctor Who game. That's what this would work with in terms of like suddenly everything changes because of course the mechanics feed into the fiction, and so you would want a fiction that is flexible.
Yeah, even more than Apocalypse World, you would need absolutely zero status quo.
Which is why Nebula Jazz is so good. I love Nebula Jazz. I was watching it before we started.
I still haven't watched that.
It's pretty good.
I think it is currently my favorite show of the ones that are ongoing now.
Yeah, I saw like half of the first session.
The first few sessions, when they're all on the same planet, are good. Then the players begin to get the groove, begin to see, oh, this is Fate, and it's less traditional role-playing game. Them on the same team, and then Adam sort of telling them what happens. Then they all sort of get to like, okay, I'm going to compel you to do this, and then everyone just compels each other all the time, and it's amazing.
Nice.
They really get into their own. There was a training. One of the players is playing a slime known as Eugene, and of course they did a training montage with him trying to be as disgusting as he possibly could. Yep.
Yeah, all those players are really good. Fate's one of my favorite games for sure.
I would like to try it at some point myself as well. Though currently,
I'm so glad
What is
Adam's
it?
playing it.
yeah. Currently, what is it? The Scum and Villainy is what I'm playing on Monday nights, and that is helping me with pulp because it is very pulpy in a very good way.
Nice.
In another server I'm in, people were talking about playing like a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure where everyone has like stands and shit. And I brought up that like Fate would be a really good option.
Oh
for
yeah, it really would. Like, just make each stand. How do you pronounce it?
Stand.
Stand.
Yeah, just.
So I haven't actually seen
Yeah.
JoJo's, but you can make each of them just an aspect of your character,
Mhm.
and you still have 2 more. So it's really cool. Yeah. Apocalypse World, I think, unless there's something else you want to mention. Is there anything else you want to mention? I'm available next week. Let's get that out of the way. Are we all available next week?
Yeah.
I should be.
Should be, yeah.
Okay. I am available next week. I'm not available the week after, so let's see if we can... I don't mind, but we're looking like we're going to finish this up soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember quite what happened? Because I'm pretty sure it's been 3 weeks since we've last played.
Yeah.
I got a huge pack of wolves. That's all you need to know.
Y'all are on a road trip.
Zen has a pack of wolves, and Whisk was about to go do the standoff with.
Yeah, the gambit of you pretending to be betrayed and arrested and taken back again by your own employees. I
have a very intricate plan tree going on.
Plan tree.
Okay. So your last name, your Whisk, and your last name is Thrawn.
Uh-huh. Every good plan needs a tree because things might not always turn out.
You can't trust trees nowadays, though.
So you have a plan flowchart? Like...
Yeah.
I'm just opening up the book so that I can reference GM moves if I need to. There we go.
Good idea.
Okay.
GM moves, who needs those? Don't do those.
Who needs those? Just wing it. Yeah. A spaceship lands and now dozens of men in white plastic armor wielding strange laser rifles come out, followed by a man in a black cloak with a red sword.
Okay, but the rig is also a giant robot.
Yeah.
Naturally, so.
And that's when the space whale ring that was forged by an elf. So
the space whale comes up,
and the Reapers were from the Empire. Yeah, and the Reapers were the rig's fault the entire time. Mm-hmm. Or were the Reavers?
The Reapers were the good guys all along.
Reapers, I can't remember. Sure.
Depends on what mythology are you referencing? Like,
what color what's your favorite color?
Space.
Why?
Okay. So, I think that before I say anything else, let's do highlights. I think that's the thing we start with.
Right, those things.
And lifestyle.
Yeah,
lifestyle and highlights.
Second. Oops, I did this.
Highlight my last stuff. Yeah. What do I got here?
What's happening? Here we go.
Man, Grigsby was such a nice guy once upon a time.
Wasn't he, though?
Shame he's dead.
Now he's just a dead dick.
He's still a good guy.
Yeah.
With it, he died and he came back with a murder list, and it's never good when a PC has a murder list.
I mean, to be fair, Whisk was pretty good once upon a time too, and she didn't even die.
That's true. Like, Whisk was pretty easygoing and didn't really pose a threat to anyone until backed into a corner.
Yep.
And now she's all like, I'm gonna own the rig.
She does seem to be the best option. Let's see what happens. Because right now, Radar's in charge.
For fucking long, she's not.
Fucking wolf with his name on it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay. So, everybody take a look. Who has the highest hex with you? Or rather, who do you have the highest hex with? Because it's all one character sheet.
Well, one with both.
Kim at a +3, so.
Dude, you have a giant wolf pack. GM, what's the special move you've made for wolves? What stat is that on?
That would be hard.
Yeah, hard. I didn't need to make a special move. I think it came with
Pack one. Alpha is hard.
Go hard.
To command my wolves. Right.
In the Grim Future, there are only space wolves.
He got the wolves because he took the move that gave him the gang. So.
All right.
All right. Hard is good. I think now that you're around wolves, I kind of want to see what happens when you're weird.
Right.
Like, you're getting increasingly weird, so.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Hard and weird it is.
Who's next? Who would like to speak?
Aster, I got a 3 with you.
All right. Well, I know the situation you're going into. I'm going to say hot because that is. I think that's how Whisk wins.
Okay. Yeah, but in case it goes badly, hard could work, but I think I'm going to go for cool.
Okay.
You get XP in that way if things go badly.
Nice.
Kim?
Mine are tied, so I'll go with Whisk.
Good. Let's see. I feel like Sharp.
All right.
You're out on a road trip.
I mean, we're
You're
back,
driving.
right?
Have you guys gotten back? Did you just turn around? I thought you were going all the way to...
No, we were heading after we got the wolves. I got put in charge of where we were going, and since there was no more threat to contain, we were headed back to the rig.
Oh, right. Okay.
So we'll get back in time, maybe.
Maybe.
I figured just as shit's starting to kick off, hopefully.
Yeah. Kim. You already have Sharp highlighted. Let's go with cool.
All right.
Yeah. I just got to provide a lot of fire for two of you that I have cool highlighted with.
I'll take care of that. Don't you worry.
Okay. I'm glad. So I think the important thing is the first thing to do actually is lifestyle before we go into things. Lifestyle. So now you are a gifted one, Asher, but I'm not at the start of the session. I'm not sure if you have access to clean water. I think we already discussed that. Right? Okay.
Yep.
And then Whisk, what is the definition? What I believe Gam has his stuff all over your
Yeah, I would probably
it,
call
but-
it that I have to pay a barter this session because
I think so.
the wood stove's
you
kind
want
of out of commission.
Yeah, they are. Okay.
Don't worry, that's the last barter I'm gonna have to pay.
Ooh,
In your
don't speak too
entire
soon.
life.
We've seen
I mean,
double sixes and we've seen double ones.
He could die. Like the Whisk could die.
That's
so.
true. If Whisk dies, then that is the last party you'll have to pay. Okay. So I think we open up with the gambit. I think it's still like the night of. There is I think we'll probably see it from Gam's perspective, where he is like there's the panic room, and then there's like the room right next to that panic room that it leads directly into, and he's in that room, ordering like
chamber.
basically, yeah, the panic hallway, and he's yelling at one of his like goons, like, and I want you to find her and bring her to me. I can't you've checked everywhere. Seriously, the lab, like he just starts naming all of the places of the rig, and one of like his Rex is still alive, right? I think Rex is still alive. You put a knife in him, but I don't think he died.
Probably.
I'm getting a phone call from Cat. Okay, I'm getting a phone call that I'm going to have to take. So I'm sorry about this, but I don't know what it is. So
I want to break early from 5:10.
Sure. We'll go on break. We'll be back.